Happy NHL Draft Day, everybody. We have two trades to talk about, one of which a pretty significant trade that I have a lot of strong feelings about. But before we get into that, let's quickly break down the smaller deal that took place between the Stanley Cup champion Colorado Avalanche and the New York Rangers. The Avalanche sent their 3rd and 5th round picks in tonight's draft, along with a 2023 3rd round draft pick to the New York Rangers for goaltender Alexander Georgiev. And my very first thought when I seen this trade break was, well, Darcy Kuemper is most likely good as gone, cannot see Colorado trading for Georgiev, giving up multiple 3rd round picks and a 5th, and also having Francouz in the roster if they plan on re-signing Kuemper. And it didn't take long for multiple insiders to confirm that after the news of this trade broke, that Darcy Kuemper would in fact be testing free agency and not returning to the Colorado Avalanche. Apparently Darcy Kuemper and his camp are looking for a contract similar to the one that Philip Grubauer got last offseason, so 6 years in the $5.9 million range, and Colorado just figured they couldn't make that work. They didn't have the cap space for that. So it appears Colorado is going to be going into next season with a tandem of Georgiev and Francouz, probably like a 1A, 1B type deal. They kind of split the games and just see who's hot and ride the hot hand. And honestly, that should work just fine. We saw Colorado literally plow through the Western Conference and win the Stanley Cup without getting exceptional goaltending. Sure, Francouz had good games, Kuemper had good games, but all in all, the goaltending isn't what won them the Stanley Cup. And for the Rangers, I feel like you got to be pretty happy about this trade. You get 3 draft picks, 2 of which are 3rd round picks, in exchange for your backup goaltender who hasn't really played the greatest in the past 2 seasons. And let's not forget, the Rangers already have one of the best goaltenders on the planet in Shesterkin. They are absolutely not going to miss Georgiev at all. So those are my quick thoughts on the trade that sent Georgiev to the Colorado Avalanche. Let's now shift focus to the bigger trade that took place today, the one that everyone's freaking out about, including myself. If you're somebody who follows me on Twitter, then you know how this is about to go. You already know my thoughts on this deal, but let's talk about it anyways. The Chicago Blackhawks have indeed traded Alex DeBrincat to the Ottawa Senators in exchange for the 7th overall pick in tonight's draft, the 39th overall pick in tonight's draft, and a 2024 3rd round pick. That's it. I'm not going to sugarcoat this. I think that the Ottawa Senators fleeced the Chicago Blackhawks in this trade, and I'm a little bit confused because, like, not too long ago it was reported that the Hawks turned down a package of a reasonably high 1st round pick, another 1st round pick, and a good prospect. And obviously we don't know the logistics of that, just how high the 1st round pick was, who the prospect was, but to me on the surface that sounds like a better package than the one they got today. And I've seen the people defending this trade from the Blackhawks point of view, saying that DeBrincat's contract negotiations following this upcoming season are going to be a mess. He's going to be in for a massive contract. His qualifying offer I think is $9 million, and DeBrincat could just accept that qualifying offer next offseason and then head to unrestricted free agency the following offseason. But this is still well worth the risk if you're the Ottawa Senators, a team that definitely has no shortage of cap space. They're going to have so much time to figure out a contract extension with DeBrincat. They're going to be able to give him basically any kind of money that he wants. I just can't say enough good things about this trade for the Ottawa Senators. DeBrincat fits the timeline of the rest of the Ottawa Senators young core. He's only 24 years old. He's already scored 40 plus in a season twice. A top 6 that consists of Josh Norris, Brady Tkachuk, Drake Batherson, Tim Stützle, and now Alex DeBrincat should be really fun to watch. They should put up a ton of points, and the Sens probably aren't done either. Apparently they are one of the front runners to land Claude Giroux in free agency. He would definitely round out that top 6 beautifully, bring some nice veteran leadership as well for all those young forwards. Ottawa obviously still has a lot of holes on the team, on the blue line especially. There's question marks in net, but man, do they ever have the nucleus of being a really exciting team in the future. Now before I finish up, I do want to quickly talk about this deal from the point of view of the Blackhawks. So basically they get the 7th overall pick, 39th, and a 3rd round pick in the 2024 draft. It's not nothing obviously, but the way I look at it is, and I've said this in multiple videos over the past couple of weeks, it feels like, what are the odds that any of those draft picks become a player the caliber of Alex DeBrincat? Even that 7th overall pick, like, it's not even a top 5 pick. I honestly kind of feel like this was a bit of a desperation move by the Blackhawks just to get into the 1st round of the draft tonight, and there was a lot of reports going around earlier of them potentially looking to move Kirby Dach for a top 15 pick. I just feel like the closer and closer we got to the draft starting tonight, Chicago panicked. They wanted to be drafting in the 1st round, and they pulled the trigger on this. I have a really hard time believing that over the past couple of weeks, or ever since the offseason started really, that they didn't get any better offers for DeBrincat than the one they got here from Ottawa. So that is going to wrap up this video. Those were my thoughts on the 2 trades that took place so far today. I'm hoping there's going to be some more, once the draft actually starts, and I'll obviously make videos on them depending on the size. If there are a bunch of small trades, I'll probably just make one big video tomorrow recapping them all. But if we get any more significant trades on the level of the DeBrincat trade, then you'll definitely be hearing from me again later on. If you guys enjoyed enjoyed this video, please be sure to leave it a like. That is the best way to show your support. And most importantly, if this was your first time checking out the channel and you want more NHL content just like this, be sure to hit that subscribe button, and I'll talk to you all soon.